y'all, Farmer Dre back at it. Folks, out here in the strawberry field, wanted to hop on here real quick and give you guys a strawberry crop update for the 2024 strawberry season. My oh my, has it been an adventure this season. We started off the season back in February, end of February, beginning of March. Really warm, as most of the U.S. experienced. It's been a really hot spring, and it was so hot and dry early on, so we went ahead and pull off all the covers and started tending to the plants, making sure the plants were ready to go. And with the warm weather so early, we've experienced some different problems that I've never dealt with before. But hey, every year is different, and no 2 years are alike. I was talking to an old farmer one time. He's been farming for 30 plus years, and I told him, hey, what have you experienced over your 30 years? What can you tell me? He's like, well, Dre, not 2 years are the same. Every single year, you're gonna have something different go on. And same with me this year. Always, the weather's always throwing a curveball. We're always trying to learn, and we gotta always stay on top of it, and just be active and figure out what the problem is. So we got to just push through that adversity and make it work. So this year, as you guys know, we planted right at 50,000 strawberry plants. The majority, about 90% of my planting, is the variety Ruby June, and the rest are Fawn Terrace. This is the only year in my first year not having any Chandler on our farm. Chandler has been a base variety in the strawberry plug production industry since the 70s. That's when it came out. It's a great variety. It's awesome, high yielding. The hard part and the hardest thing, the reason why we got away from growing Chandler, is you have a big bell curve in the production cycle. So you have 10 days of picking strawberries out of the wazoo in that variety, and then it kind of tapers off at the beginning of the season and the end of the season in that variety. And the only issue with that is here in Missouri, if we do get a week full of rain, then those 10 days, all your strawberries go to mush. Chandler is a soft variety, so that's why we kind of got away from growing it, and we're super excited that we got away from it. But there's still some customers that do love that variety, so I just told them, hey, we just didn't plant any, and we're not going to plant any in the future. We just got to overcome and move on to new varieties. So the varieties did plant, like I mentioned, Ruby June and Fawn Terrace. And my oh my, has it been an awesome year. We started off the season harvesting the most amazing crop of strawberries I've ever picked. The first couple weeks of harvest were absolutely awesome. We picked our first ripe strawberry April 12th. Usually we don't see our first ripe strawberry until April 20th, 25th, and we don't open for a U-pick till about the first week of May. Well, this year, April 12th, we picked our first ripe strawberry. We've seen here this spring on our farm is deformed fruit, and usually deformed fruit comes from lack of pollination. And usually the first couple of flushes of berries, the first couple of berries you pick, are usually deformed, or it's got a little bit of calyx on them or a cat face, just because strawberries are a self-pollinating bloom. Or if you get a little insect going on there, moves the pollen around it, or a little bit of breeze or wind does a job to pollinate a strawberry. But whenever we have the row covers on in the spring, when it freezes, like whenever we're using the row covers for frost protection, if you leave the row covers on for a couple of days or even a week sometimes, those berries are still pushing those blooms. And if you got a fresh bloom that doesn't get pollinated correctly, then that pollen doesn't get around around the outside of the blooms there, and you got a deformed fruit. So anyways, we went through the first flush of picking some beautiful fruit. We had no issue there. And after about 3 weeks, we were seeing a lot of deformed fruit in the field. I was like, man, what's going on here? I mean, I thought it was from lack of pollination. Like, we didn't put the row covers on this particular flush of blooms. So what's going on? So I started asking around, started looking at the plants, and I started noticing that the leaves of the plants here, I'll show you guys real quick. The leaves of the plants are starting to have a lot of holes in them, like this. And we usually don't see this till the end of strawberry season. Like last year, the middle of June, I started seeing a lot of this, and I'm like, man, there's some insect out here eating up the leaves. And we've never sprayed an insecticide application with our fungicide application. You guys know, and I made a video on this, of how we need to spray a fungicide application on our strawberries to keep the gray mold and the anthracnose out. It's a very prolific fungal diseases that can affect your strawberry crop. but I've never had a spray and insecticide application. So I was seeing all this deformed fruit. The leaves on the plants started looking a little, has a lot of holes and spots in them. So one of my friends from Arkansas calls me. He's like, Dre, you got to go out there and spray. If not, your whole crop is damaged. Your whole crop's gonna be destroyed by these little tiny leaf hoppers or just little tiny bugs that walk on the fruit. And I picked a small little fruit here to show you guys. This is kind of the end of that terrible flush. What happens is they're walking on the green fruit whenever it's small and immature, and it's causing the berries to be deformed, to have like this cat face, looks like a button. So what happens is strawberry starts ripening on the tip next to the stem, and the tip never gets ripened up. So I had to come through here 3 weeks ago now, and we've been adding a broad spectrum insecticide that is labeled for strawberries to get rid of all those bugs. And like I said, Mother Nature is always throwing a curveball at us. I've never in my life had to spray insecticide on a strawberry crop, but this year was the year. And since it got so warm so early on, I'm guessing the bugs and the generation of insects started coming out here. And thankfully, we got it under control. The crop we're picking now is absolutely amazing, so it's looking really good. But just pushing through that adversity and making sure that our crop is looking awesome. So that's why it's always good to have a wealth of knowledge to keep on growing and developing and learning about the strawberry crop, just because if something like this happens, you know what to do, you know how to take care of it. So it's been a definitely interesting year, but those are the two problems we've been having with strawberry so far this year. Now we're projecting to see, and we're still seeing a lot of blooms out here in the field. So 30 days from now, we're still gonna have fruit. So that puts us about the middle of June once again. And that's the nice thing about these two varieties that we're growing is we're able to harvest them much longer, and the fruit is nice and firm. Here in our third field, and this is where the field where is Ruby June and Fawn Terrace. When I wanted to show you guys how the berry crop is looking on the plants, I have Leon out here today. He's mowing between the rows here just to keep it nice and mowed for this weekend. But let me show you guys the Fawn Terrace here. They are looking absolutely awesome. A lot of green berries. But the Fawn Terrace, you can see, we've been picking for 4 weeks already. Look at all that bloom and berries set on these plants. A lot of nice, awesome green berries. And just look at the size of this fruit here. It is absolutely amazing. You can see all those bugs here again. That's why it's good to stay on top of that insect. Look at this berry size. This is the largest strawberry that you'll ever pick on a Chandler. And this is the average or even smaller berry out here in the field. There have been some awesome sized berries out here. Don't mind the weeds. It is a little weedy. Been running behind, been so busy with all the you picking stuff. But yeah, the plants are looking awesome. Look at this. Look at this. Absolutely amazing. Huge berries. Huge berries. Delicious. And that's one thing about the Ruby June and the Fawn Terrace you're going to notice is you're not going to see how they're not going to be hanging off the plants like the Chandlers usually are. Chandlers just have 20 ripe berries on a plant at one time. The Fawn Terrace and Ruby June, you're only going to see 1 or 2 berries at most ripe, but it's going to be 1 or 2 berries almost every day that's ripe. So you just pick a lot more berries, and they are just more prolific that way. But look at this. This is the Fawn Terrace right here. Look at that. Look at that. Mid-season Fawn Terrace berry right there. Absolutely. And look at this, guys. The plants are still coming on. We still seeing blooms. A lot of green fruit still out here. Look at that. You can't tell me after 4 weeks of picking strawberries, Chandlers or any other variety looks like this. So it is absolutely awesome and amazing. Plants are looking good, nice and healthy. And of course, my mom, we always plant garlic for her. And we got some zucchinis over there and some squash and stuff. But look at that. It is absolutely amazing out here. Just look the size of these berries. Another massive strawberry right there. So this year we've had an awesome crop. We're finally tuning down the fertilizer program, and it is looking good out here. Now we're out here on this side of the field here. You know, Leon's mowing all the grass between the rows here, and I told him to start pulling some of these weeds. Like we got some rows, a mare's tail, and some other small weeds. It don't affect it too much. It's just we want the field to look a lot cleaner. But these are the Ruby Junes here, and once again, absolutely massive fruit on here. They're looking awesome, nice, green, luscious plants, keeping the bugs off them. And look at this. They're like a golf ball size strawberries here. And like I said, both varieties, Ruby June and Fawn Terrace, are still kicking it hard. A lot of blooms, a lot of green berries. So it is looking really, really awesome out here, folks. Really, really good. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Alrighty, y'all, that is a strawberry crop update. The plants are looking good. A lot of green berries still coming on. We'll definitely pick for another month or so. So that's going to put us around 6 to 8 weeks of strawberry harvest in the 2024 season. So with strawberries, we're going to try to milk it as long as we can. The more they produce, at the end of the day, the more money we make. And that is the point of being a farmer, is trying to make money off the soil that God has blessed us with. So this is going to be it for today's video. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down in the description box below. If not, go ahead and head over to Farmer Dre Supply. That's where you're able to find all your gardening and greenhouse needs, seeds, fertilizers, irrigation systems. You guys know the drill. Link is down in the description box below. That was me it for today. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button if you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, hit that notification icon so you guys can be notified whenever I do upload a video. I want to say thanks for watching up to this point. Y'all have a good day, and we will see you next time.